So we now move on to the solution of this problem. We have identified all those items and what different schedules they will go under. Now we need to actually put them under those schedules in our notes over here. Alright, notes to the profit and loss account is where they're like working notes, but compulsory working notes. You have to show these schedules and the manner in which they are calculated. And then only the totals of this entire schedule we will transfer it here in the actual profit and loss account. Alright, the same format as we follow for all type of final accounts. Let's start. In the notes, you have again current years and previous years figures, both the years, and we are going to side by side add them up, and we will put in all those items that belong to that particular schedule. So what is first item? Under our interest earned, that is schedule 13, you have interest or discount on advance or bills. Like now in this case, since I'm doing it online, I'm just going to copy paste the whole thing. Of course, you don't have that option and you have to write each one of these down anyway. Okay, so interest or discount on advance or bills comes under schedule 13. What is the amount for the current year? This is your current year, that is the year ending 31st March 2020. Okay, and the amount for the previous year is 27,267. Okay, for the year ending 31st March 2019. Done? First item done. Then second item under schedule 13 is income on investments. Let's write it here. Current year's amount is 11,810. Previous year's amount is 10,530. Okay. Next, you have interest on balances with Reserve Bank, which is also an interest earned. So let's take that and we put it under schedule 13. That's our third item. Again, current year's amount 4243 and previous year's amount 4064. Alright, so those are all the three items under our interest on schedule 13, and finally we are going to total these up and see how much they come to. Right, we are going to get our final total, and over here we are going to add them up and we will see what is the amount that these come to. Alright, now just for the sake of the first thing, I will just calculate it so that we see that we get the amount or not. So 31,628 plus 11,810 plus the 4,243, you get 47,681. You can do it side by side, work it out along as you watch. Okay, and the previous year's column is 21,267 plus 10,530 plus 4,064, and you get 41,867. Okay, so these are the two totals that are totals of the interest earned for that both particular years, previous year and the current year, isn't it? So we transfer these to the actual profit and loss account, right? So 47,681 and 41,861. Where will they go? So under income, first item, that is schedule 13, is interest earned. This is the actual profit and loss account of the bank. Please write the schedule 13. And current year's is 47,681. Previous year's is 41,867. So what you can do is calculate everything in your notes or in your schedules and then keep moving it to the actual profit and loss account. We calculate here, take the totals and we move it to the profit and loss, right? Same way, let's do next one, schedule 14, which is other income. We have identified all the items under it. Let's see. Commission, exchange and brokerage is one item, and amounts are 2,907, 2,814. Okay, then this is the first item. Second item, this is very simple. At this point we are only posting. At this stage we are just posting figures from one place to another, and it's very simple. Okay, so you can see that you can score a lot of marks just by knowing where to post which item, right? So current year 114. Please understand all these items are in thousands. Okay, so they are not just 123, but they are 123,000. Alright, and that's it. 14, schedule 14, we have two items. Let's take the totals. So at this point I'll just write down the totals that I've already calculated. You can calculate along to 937, right? So these totals will go up in the profit and loss account. Okay, you just highlight them. So in the profit and loss account, again under income itself, we have other income, schedule 14. Alright, and what are the amounts? 3,021 for the current year, 2,937 for the previous year. So done. As per the format, interest and other income, only two things come, or two schedules fall under incomes. Okay, let's get the total of this as well. So total of this, as I have calculated, is 3,702. Please cross check, do it along and cross check the same, and this is 798. Okay, so income is done. Fine. So similar manner, we now do expenditure. We now do all those schedules that fall under expenditure, which is 15 and 16. So what do we have here in our notes? The third item, we have schedule 15, and our schedule 15 is interest expended. Okay, so under interest expended, what we have is interest on deposits, then interest on deposits, current year's figure is this, and previous year's figure is this one, 27,839. Right, then what else do we have under interest expended? You have interest on Reserve Bank of India borrowings. Put that here. Current year 3,362. Previous year 3,064. Okay, done. So two items under schedule 15. Interest on deposits, interest on RBI. Once again, we get the totals of the same. Okay, so the first total I have is 34,766, right, and 30,903. Okay, so these totals, once again, we need to transfer in the actual profit and loss account. What we have done so far is just the notes, just the schedules, and we transfer the same in a profit and loss. So under expenditure, two things will come. One is interest expended, what we have just calculated. Okay, so what are the items? It is schedule 15. First of all, amounts that we have just transferred is 34,766 and 30,903. Done. So first item under expenditure is done. Next is schedule 16, that is your operating expenses. All of these now we need to take and we need to copy them under operating expenses. Okay, so let's see. I'll try to, since there are a lot of items under it, I'll try to take all of these together. Right, payments and provisions to employees. Then we have rent and taxes. We have printing and stationery. Let's transfer these, some of these first. So make it, this is the total. This is schedule 16, operating expenses. Done. So operating expenses one by one. Payments, current year 9717, previous year 8397. Then rent, taxes, I just post all of these accordingly, copy them here. Okay, advertising, and you have current year, you have previous years. Then depreciation is also operating expense. Okay, previous years, and this is previous years. Previous one was current years. Also, all these others, it's just a matter of copying them in the appropriate places. Okay, most of the problem involves just shifting all these figures, posting them in the right places in the statement. Right? Auditors' fees. Please try and work it out along. Even if we go a little fast, and of course just copy pasting figures here, and you have to actually write and do it, but you can write shorter forms and you can practice it as we are doing it. Okay. Maybe the next problem onwards we can just post these figures first only and keep, and then we can discuss that entire problem together. Okay, we'll try to work out ways that help make it as fast as possible. Repairs and maintenance. $91.72. Okay, add more lines to this. Insurance. $915 and $803, and last one is other expenditure. Okay, so 884, 976. Fine. So that's what our operating expenses are, the total of all those operating expenses looks like, and we're going to see now what total we get for operating expenses. Total, okay, the total of all these items over here is 13,536 and over here is 11,895. So these totals are what we are going to again transfer to our actual profit and loss account. Fine. So interest expended, I have here operating expenses. Schedule number is 16 and the amounts that I just calculated is 13,536 and 11,895. So far, whatever has been given in the actual statement, all the particulars that we have covered, we have posted it wherever required, isn't it? And the only thing left is of course the balance of profit and loss account, which will come over here, right? Now from this point onwards, we are going to deal with the actual adjustments, and we will see how these adjustments come into picture over here and where and which schedules or which items in the P&L account they need to go.